This is the Lord's Day lesson for February the 8th, 2026, here on Following Him, the Disciple Life. Dealing with darkness. In the hemisphere in which I live, at the latitude in which I live, it is colder right now. And, it has been darker. We do seem to get a lot of cloudy winter days. Now, personally, I'm kind of a fall winter guy as far as my personal preference on weather. I can enjoy all different weathers and climates, but I kind of lean towards autumn and winter. But, some do get affected by this time of year where it can seem a bit darker, perhaps. The world itself right now does seem to have definitely some darkness. Now, this is really nothing new. Sometimes it seems like we have a tendency to, whenever we live, I just can't believe what's going on right now. If you went back 50 years ago or 500 years ago, you'd hear the same kinds of things. That being said, there's definitely darkness out there. Angst, animosity, anger, it's definitely there. Seems like right now it's coming from a lot of different directions, different worldviews, ideologies that in many ways are quite different, yet both sides and various things I see, it seems like you got both sides wrapped up in hate and anger, and it does seem like there's a lot of darkness out there. Once again, always been around since sin entered the world, but the darkness, regardless of it always being around, it's around. So we're dealing with it no matter what the case as far as that goes. But how to deal with the darkness? In the beginning of time, because Yahweh God did not have to create the world the way he did, and yet what did he do? He created it in a particular order. And I think there's a lot of lessons to be learned there, but one of those is, there was a point made about dealing with darkness by introducing light. For us ourselves, before we were Christians, we were in darkness, the darkness of sin. In Ephesians 5, verse 8, for you were once darkness, but now you are light in the Lord. Walk as children of light. That's how we deal with the darkness. The darkness, in this time of year, we light a fire in the fireplace if you have one. Around about the holidays, there's the lights that people decorate with, and we find ways to deal with the darkness, but it's a very basic thing. You deal with the darkness with light. Matthew 5:16, we let our light shine in such a way as to bring people to glorify God, basically to bring people to God, and then they become what? They become light. And so when you look at the darkness around, because one thing I am noticing, because I mentioned about, seems like we'll have two sides, very, very opposing sides, yet both seem to be very much in darkness, anger and animosity. Well, this group acted this way, so we're going to act the exact same way back. That's not how we do it. We answer this darkness with light, with the ways of the Christ. You deal with darkness with light. This is the Lord's Day. I would encourage you to be certain to worship and study with fellow disciples, true disciples, those that are abiding in the word of Christ. If you have questions more about what that means, on this channel or page, whatever it's designated, depending on what this is posted on, we are going to be dealing more with this, but if you have specific questions, feel free to message me. I will answer as best I can. Will always do my best to give you a Christ-based answer from his word. It is the Lord's Day. Worship, study with fellow disciples, take the Lord's Supper. That's what disciples do in the first day of the week. You have a great rest of the day, and shalom.